Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to RMK Resolutions. So, in this lecture, we are going to continue our next topic. That is, we are going to discuss about this red cotton bug, which is an insect pest. So in the previous few videos, we have discussed the important things related to the agricultural pest as well as the different kinds of pests which are found in a house and some veterinary pest as well as the nursery pest. So insect pest, we know that this is the pest, this is any animal that harm to the human or human concerns, that is known as the pest. So in terms is particularly used for the creatures that damage the crops, or they are going to damage the livestock, or they damage the forestry, or they cause the disturbance to the peoples as well as to their house or homes. That is ultimately known as pest. So I think the pest definition is clear to all of you. So please, before going to this particular red cotton bug, if any doubt regarding the pest, then please watch the previous video which is uploaded to RMK resolutions. Now here we are going to discuss about the red cotton bug. This is an economically important agricultural pest because this is going to damage the different types of economically important crop, and ultimately they are going to harm or damage the economic wealth of the farmer. That's why it is important to study the red cotton bug. So this particular red cotton bug we are going to discuss with respect to the host plant. Then we'll discuss the identification mark of that red cotton bug, so it is easy to identify that, and give treatment, different kinds of treatment to control the population of red cotton bug. Then we also discuss about the life cycle and nature of damage of this particular red cotton bug. And finally, we will discuss the control measure for the red cotton bug. Now, on your screen, you can see this one is the classification of red cotton bug. You can see, sorry, you can see here, this one is the classification of red cotton bug. So this particular, this is the kingdom Animalia, then class Insecta, then order Hemiptera, family Pyrochordae, genus Didarchus, and species Sinulatus. This one is the systematic position of red cotton bug. Again on your screen, this one is the classification of red cotton bug. This particular red cotton bug, it is also known as cotton stainer. That cotton stainer means this discolored spots are found on the body surface. That's why it is known as cotton stainer. So as I told you, this particular red cotton bug, they having a wide distribution. On your screen, you can see this insect is the red cotton bug, which harm to the different economically important crop. So as I told you, this red cotton bug, they having a wide distribution. This is the minor pest for the cotton. So this particular pest, it is grown on the particular, this particular pest, it is, what we can say, this one is, it is dominating in the northern India, especially They are dominating in the Punjab and Uttar Pradesh regions. Then this pest, it is also occur throughout the Maharashtra state, but it is an minor importance. This, as I told you, this particular pest, it is commonly known as cotton stainer because it having a several discolor spots are found on the body surface. These particular white spots are found on the thoracic regions as well as on the abdominal regions, and these are the black spot which are found on the forewing of the insect. That's why they are known as cotton stainer. Now, when we look at the host plant of this animal or insect, then cotton, bhendi, ambadi, and several other malvaceous plants is the host plant of this animal. Malvaceous means those which are coming from the mallow family plants. Mallow family means it is the flowering plants. So we can say that flowering plant is the host for this insect. Again, on your screen, you can see this particular red cotton bug, which are going to damage the cotton balls. Now, let's go for the identification marks of this animal or insect, because it is very important to know how this animal, what is the morphology of this animal, and which are the identification marks. So that's why it is important to learn this particular animal. So in the identification mark, first we'll say that the adult bug, they measure up to 12 to 15 mm in length, that is millimeter in length, and female, they are quite longer than the male, which grow up to 15 mm in length, and male, they grow up to 12 mm in length. So that is about the size of the animal. They are growing up to the 12 to 15 mm in length, and female, it is quite larger. Then when we look at the color of this animal, then it is very clear. We can easily observe the color of the animal, which is blood red in color. So this is a red color animal except the eyes, scutellum and antenna and anal portion. Except all these particular portions, all animal is blood red in color. Then there are black spots are found on each of the membranous forewings. You can see here. Okay, we'll see the different diagram. You can see here on the back there is a black spots which are found on the membranous wing. See here, this one is the membranous forewing of the insect, and see these are the two animals. So here, which are in a reproduction phase. So this one is the female. We can identify the male and female by observing the size. Female is larger and male, they are quite smaller. So on the forewings, as I said, on the back spot, there are black spots are found. We can easily see these are the black spots which are found on the membranous forewings, and there are several white transverse bands are found. We can see in this particular diagram there are several white transverse bands are found on the ventral side of the abdomen. Remember, these spots, white spots are present on the ventral side. Upper side is the dorsal side and lower side is the ventral side of the animal. And here there are white spots are found. Then when we look at the mouth part of this animal, then mouth part, this is adapted for the pissering and sucking type of mouth part. Pissering and sucking type of mouth parts are there. You can see here this one. Observe this particular structure. which is also known as rostrum. Rostrum, or this is the straight beak, which is now in a folded condition. So this particular animal, they having pissering and sucking type of mouth parts, and they are going to form the straight beak, or it is also known as rostrum. So the rostrum is there, which is helping for the sucking of the juice from the flowering plant. Then nymph, it is smaller than adult. If we look at the nymph, first try to understand what is meant by the nymph. These are the nymph. Nymph means what? These are the small nymph and these are the large nymph. Nymph means those animal which are coming from the eggs. After hatching of the eggs, the structure is known as the nymphs. So nymphs, they are the smaller than the adults and they are wingless. So nymph, it is exactly looking like adult, but the difference is they are smaller in size and they don't having a wings. Otherwise, all the structures are developed. So such kind of development is known as direct development. Here there is a no larva, no pupa, that instar stages are absent. So nymph is formed and which is looking exactly looking like adult, but they are small in size and they don't having a wing. They are wingless animal. So let's look at the life cycle of this particular red cotton bug. So obviously female, they are going to lay the egg. Adult female, they lay the eggs during the spring and they lay the eggs in a cluster. There is some another diagram we have. Let's see these uh, diagrams first. Yes, here. This one is the life cycle of the red cotton bug. Here, as I told you, female, they lay the eggs in a cluster. So 70 to 80 eggs are laid under the moist soil surface. Then eggs are also laid under the fallen leaves, or sometimes eggs are laid in a cervices. So these particular eggs are protected. So that is the strategy of the animal. So if we look at the egg morphology, then eggs are spherical in nature and the color is yellowish to white, and eggs are 1.2 mm in length. So after 7 days of the incubation of the eggs, during the moist weather, eggs are hatched and they are going to produce 1 mm long colored nymph. So these particular nymphs are produced, which are, as I told you, which are looking like adults except in a size and wings. Wings are absent. So this particular nymph, here this is the first instar, second instar and third instar, and here there is a fourth instar and fifth instar. So instar, these are the developmental stages of the animal. So this particular nymph, they feed gregariously on the cotton ball. So they are going to damage these particular nymph, they are going to damage the cotton balls. They gregariously feed. Gregariously means continuously they are in a feeding stage. They continuously feed on the cotton ball. So this particular nymph, as I told you, nymph, they undergo the five molting. Molting means what? Insect. This is a very important phenomenon for the insect. All the insect, they undergo molting. That is, they shed off their skin regularly, like a snake. They also having ability to shed off their skin, and that phenomenon is known as molting. So this particular red cotton bug, they undergo the 5, or we can say the nymph, they undergo the molting 5 times within 49 to 89 days, and after 5 molt it results into the adult stage. Now see here, this one is the first mold, second mold, third mold, fourth mold, and fifth mold. So after fifth mold, and it takes near about 49 to 89 days, and after that they are going to form the adult animal, that is male or female. So we can clearly see this particular male, which is smaller in size, and female, they are larger in size, that is they grow up to near about 15 mm, and male they grow near about 12 mm, 12 millimeter in length. Again and again that life cycle continues. Reproduction takes place, and again female laid the eggs. So this one is the life cycle of the red cotton bug. So we'll discuss about the life cycle, few more points. So in the winter, the life of adult is about 3 months during the winter season, and in the summer season, that particular life it get varies. But in the winter, life is near about 3 months. So this particular pest, they breed on the cotton. See, you can clearly see here, their breeding takes place on the cotton from August to November month. And they take a shelter under the leaves, their home we can say, or shelter under the leaves or the debris from December to middle of the March. From the December to the middle of the March, they shelter under the leaves, and they feed on the bhendi from April to July. So this particular pattern is fixed. They infect to the different host plant, and their timing, their pattern is fixed. So during April to July, they feed on the bhendi crop. So as I told you, the life cycle, it is completed within 6 to 8 week. So 6 to 8 weeks are necessary to complete the life cycle, that is from egg to adult. It takes near about 6 to 8 weeks. Again, you can see on your screen, this one is the life cycle. No need to discuss again. Again, now we can easily identify when we go into the crop of cotton or bhendi, and if we found such kind of insect, then we can say that we can identify by observing this color, spots, and length of the animal, as well as the structure, rostrum, which is a beak-like structure. This is in a folded condition. This one is the antenna. No, there's no need to explain. These are the antennas. This one is the eyes. These are the legs, and all these are the appendages. These are the jointed appendages. We know the important characteristics of the insect. They having a jointed appendages, and appendages means mouth is also come into the appendages. Antenna is there, then this particular mouth parts are there, and these are the legs and wings, which are the appendages of the insect, and these are the jointed one. Again, you can see on your screen how this particular bug or insect, they are going to damage the cotton balls completely, and that cotton, it is totally unfit for the further processing. So this slide we have already learned identification mark. As I told you, adult they measure up to the 12 to 15 mm in length, female they grow up to the 15 mm, and male near about 12 mm. Blood red in color, except these eyes, scutellum, style, and antenna. They are black in color, and black spots are found on the forewing. So now let's see the control measure, how we are going to control this particular crop. So before going to learn about the control measure, let's learn about the nature of damage. So nature of damage of this particular red cotton bug. So both nymphs and adult, they attack on the cell sap from the leaves and tender shoot. Tender means newly growing shoots. So this particular nymph and adult, they are going to attack on the leaves as well as the tender shoot, and they impair the vitality of the plant. So if that attack is severe, then that cotton balls, they open badly. You can see on your screen this particular, if it is a severe attack, then cotton balls, they badly open, and lint is of poor quality. Lint means that cotton thread which is having a very poor quality because it is badly open. It is open before the maturity. In addition to this particular damage, they also feed on the seeds of the cotton and lower their content, lower their oil content. This particular bug, they also damage the seeds of the cotton, and if they damage, they attack on the seeds, then their oil content get decreases, and if oil content get decreases, then low percentage of germination takes place and seed are unfit for the sowing purposes. So they are also attack on the seeds of the cotton also. So this is about the nature of damage of the red cotton bug. Now we are going to see this particular control measures, how we are going to control. So first thing, that cotton field should be closed to expose eggs to the sunlight. So it is very common traditional strategies. Eggs are exposed to the sunlight. So these particular eggs are destroyed. Then second strategy, insects should be hand-picked. If we found the insects, so it is hand-picked. This is the physical method for the controlling, and these particular insects are killed in a kerosene water. Third thing, the crop of bendi should be sown as a trap crop and pest collected over there and should be destroyed. So we know that if we a crop of bendi is there in between the cotton, then this is the trap for the this particular red cotton bug. So they are collected and they are destroyed. So crop altering is again the traditional strategy to control this particular red cotton bug. The next strategy, moisten cotton seeds should be hanged up. Moisten is those having a moisture in the seeds of the cotton. So they are hung up at the different places in a field where the bugs congregate. So they may get killed in a kerosene water. The next strategy, spraying. So this was the, now here this one is the chemical strategy, chemical method to control the pest. So spraying a malathion, different kinds of pesticides are used. So spraying a malathion, the concentration is near about 0.05 percentage, is effective to control this red cotton bug. Next chemical strategy, spraying of 1 liter of endosulfan, which is 35% of endosulfan. This is the first strategy, or 0.25 liter of phosphimidone and 100% of endosulfan. This is the another strategy, spraying these chemicals, or 1 liter of phenitrathione and 100% of endosulfan per hectare is an very effective to reduce the pest population. So these are the some chemical strategies, chemical methods to control this particular red cotton bug. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this particular video, red cotton bug. If you like the video, then please hit on a like button and share this particular video with your friends, which helps to understand the pest concept. And please subscribe RMK Resolutions and hit the bell icon for more update. Thank you. Bye bye.